Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashwin. So I'm working as a senior automation consultant in InnoHat Systems Private Limited. So today, uh, I'm going to take you through the session and further. So this is a small recap of the last session, which Venkat has explained about career options in hyperautomation, about InnoHat, about UiPath products and installation. Okay. So this is a small concept of mapping intelligent automation technologies with human abilities. So in this, we have thinking, learning, language, execution, and vision. So within this, like we have a component name called RPA, robotic process automation. So that we are going to explore about this RPA and further products within this. So as you know, this is a UiPath platform. So within this UiPath platform, we have multiple products. We have six pillars: discover, build, manage, run, engage, and measure. So within these pillars, like we have multiple products. So today we are going to talk about Build Studio. Okay. So what is Studio? What is UiPath? Who is UiPath? What is UiPath Studio? So first, let's talk about what is UiPath Studio. So UiPath Studio is a development platform for RPA developers. So for any automation process, let's say for example, if you want to automate some mails, I want to send 1,000 mails to some HR person or something like that, or filtering candidates information for some company organization, or I want to extract some information from documents, or I want to compare one Excel file with another Excel file. So all this can be developed in the UiPath Studio by RPA developer. So in this UiPath platform, we have four types of automations. Four types of automation can be done using UiPath platform: Excel automation, PDF automation, mail automation, and web automation. So what is Excel automation? Any task which is related to Excel. It can be copy paste. It can be like reconciling with one Excel file with another Excel file, or compiling multiple Excel file into one, or preparing some reports with proper look and feel, color, font size, color, all these things. All these things are comes under Excel automation in UiPath terminology. So what about the PDF automation? So anything which is related to .pdf extension. Okay, we have PDF extension, right? You have PDF documents, other documents, or something like certificates can be like available in PDF documents, right? So all these things will be like comes under PDF automation. Anything which is related to PDF is called PDF automation in UiPath terminology. We can extract some data from key information from PDF document using multiple products in UiPath. So for that, we have to develop something in the UiPath Studio. So the third component called mail, third types of automation called mail automation. So any task which is related to mail. So if you want to send some mail to some person, if you want to retrieve some attachments from mail to the local folder, if you want to compile all the mails into the separate folder, all these things will be comes under mail automation in the UiPath terminology. And finally, we have one more type called web automation. Web automation is nothing but any task which is performing by human and interacting with the web browser or application. UI interaction is called web automation in the UiPath terminology. Okay, so these four types of automation can be done using UiPath platform, and these four types of automation can be developed within UiPath Studio as by the RPA developer. Okay, so are we going to learn everything in this 5 day program? No. So as you know, if you want to learn all these products, all the UiPath products, like we need a minimum 4 to 5 months time to learn the basic functionalities of UiPath Studio, bot, orchestrator, all these things. But as you know, like this is a 5 day program, 5 days program. So we will cover a small piece of, we will take a small piece of web automation within UiPath Studio, and I'll try to demonstrate what is web automation, how it will work, how to develop that, and I will take small example within the UiPath Studio. Okay, so this is not a full-fledged training. This is a small flavor of the training. So like if you want to learn this complete products, like you just have to spend 4 5 months time within this UiPath product, and then you can take UiPath certification, and then you can go to the placements or whatever it is. Okay, so that's all about UiPath platform. So I'll start with one simple use case before explaining the concepts, and then I'll show what is how the UiPath Studio will be, and then like we'll see the look and feel of UiPath Studio and all these things. Okay, so let's say if you have a project, okay, that you have to extract some data from Amazon websites. Let's say for example, okay, Redmi mobiles, something like this. I want to open a browser. I want to search some products in this Amazon site, Flipkart site, on some Reliance Digital, something like that. I want to filter some records based on that availability and the cost and the rating, all these things. I want to pick the right one from the e-commerce sites. Okay. So for that, you have to go to the site, you have to launch the browser, you have to log into the site, you have to search the product name in the top of the area, you have to go everywhere and navigate to the next page. If you see, we have 20 pages information available in this area, and likewise if you want to compare the information with the Flipkart or any other product, it will take 15 minutes or 20 minutes time to extract some information from Amazon site. Correspondingly, like we have to do the same thing for Flipkart and some other websites like if you are doing. So this is a simple use case if you want to compare a simple product, okay, across the e-commerce sites. Okay, so we can automate this complete end-to-end process, saying like we can start with the browser. Automatically it will launch the browser, it will automatically navigate to the corresponding product based on your input, and then it will automatically scrape or extract some information from the screen. The other name of data extraction in the web is called scraping. Okay, so and then it will extract all the information into from the website into an Excel sheet. It will compare, and then it will filter the best price across the e-commerce site. Okay, this is a simple use case. Okay, for that we have to spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes time to filter all the records in this site Amazon. Likewise, we have to do the same thing for Flipkart and other sites as well. Let's say for example, if I want to automate this entire process based on our input, so hardly it will take 2 to 3 minutes to complete the transaction from extracting, from launching the browser, login to the site, Amazon site and Flipkart site, and and entering the product name and extracting the complete 20-page information. If you see, we have 20 pages right here. So likewise in the Flipkart site also, like it will, you might have 10 to 15 pages information, and then it will store all the information into an Excel file, and then we can compare the best price, the lowest price or highest price, or based on your ratings or something like that. We can filter all the records further. Okay, this is a simple use case that I want to show in this session. Okay, for that we have to develop something in the UiPath Studio. Okay, this is the developer component required in this area to develop this entire automation, and if you execute the process, and it will execute, scrape or extract all the information and put into the Excel file. Okay, so let me quickly open the UiPath Studio. If you see, this is my UiPath Studio. Okay, I have already launched the UiPath Studio, and you can, once you have, hope you have already received a mail uh, and the guidance of guide link of UiPath Studio installation. So once you have done that installation, you will be able to open the UiPath Studio, and you can launch this screen directly. Okay, I have already developed some program in my machine, which is something related to the specific use case, Amazon and Flipkart. Okay, so here I'm going to run this program and just understand what is the use case and how it is performing in the automation perspective, and then I'll explain what is UiPath Studio, how it will work, what is a no code, the word Venkat has explained yesterday, what is the meaning of that word, how can we like configured, how can we like develop this information in this UiPath Studio, all these things. Okay, so let me close this browser. Okay, let me run this program. Okay, so let me trigger. So I have triggered the bot, which means robot, in my machine. It will automatically launch a browser, Chrome browser, which I have already configured. It will automatically search a Flipkart site and navigate automatically to the corresponding link, and then it will enter the product name, which I have already pre-configured, readme, and it will scrape or extract the product name, price, and rating information from the screen to the Excel sheet from multiple pages. If you see, it is just navigating to 10 or 20 pages automatically without any manual intervention. Okay, this is the power of automation. And once it is done, it will automatically write or store all the information into an Excel file. It will close the browser and then it will automatically open the Amazon site and do the same thing. Okay, so it is just now completed the data extraction part. Now it is trying to populate the same information into an Excel file and then it will close. So hardly it will take 1.5 minutes time to complete the Flipkart process, and then it will open the Amazon site. So now it is launching the browser, it will automatically navigating to the Amazon site. And if you want to sign in, if you want to use sign in, we can configure that sign in as well, username, password entry, and further things. And it is preparing to enter the information. It is waiting for the response of the screen. Okay, it is still waiting. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, so 1.5 minutes. Okay, let me open the file. Here, if you see 1811, it is created. There is some Amazon site issue, I think. So it is done for Flipkart. It is a live run actually. Okay, it is not a demo, video demo. It is a live run. If you see, it has captured all the information from the Flipkart site. Okay, if you have some bandwidth issue, then it will the bot will not perform the expected one. Okay, so as expected, like all the Flipkart information is captured and stored into the Excel sheet. So this is the quick example of the web automation in the UiPath. Okay, so UiPath Studio, I have used UiPath Studio for to develop this entire program. Unfortunately, the Amazon site is not working now because there is some internet issue or something like that. Okay, but I have configured all these things. So it is working. Once it is done, then we can configure to filter the low cost information, low cost product or cheap product or a best product based on the ratings, all these things from the site. So this will be like very helpful for many organization or some other individual person to find the best option without taking too much of time. So within this, if you see in the right hand side, this is 00 HH hours, minutes, seconds. Okay, so totally the execution ended in 1 minute 48 seconds is the total execution time. Okay, so this is the total execution time of Flipkart. So likewise, if Amazon side is working, then it will probably have another 1 minute time to complete the entire transaction. So hardly 2.5 minutes probably like will take to complete the entire transaction maximum. But normally, just think about the manual work. So you have to spend too much of time to compare all the products. Of course, we have some inbuilt feature within the Flipkart to compare multiple products, but across the e-commerce side, just imagine all these things. Okay, this is just a simple example for data extraction from website to the Excel sheet. Okay, web automation is not only the data extraction part. Web automation is also a part of data entry as well. Okay, just imagine the data entry. If you want to enter 50, 100 pieces of information in the website. Okay, just imagine if you want to enter 50 or 100 pieces of information in a specific website based on your Excel sheet. Okay, just simply configure that entire thing one time, just trigger the bot. It will automatically push all the information into the website dynamically. Okay, more reliable, more effective, more time. I mean, it's a human error reduction, and it will take 5 minutes or 7 minutes time to complete the entire transaction. It will take very minimal time to log into the browser, launch the browser, log into the application, navigate to multiple screens, do the data entry job. For example, if you want to enter 40, 50 pieces of information across the screens, then it will easily enter all the information. You can just relate the data entry the portion with the product type, right? which the bot has entered readme in the Amazon, I mean Flipkart site. Okay, the same thing, it will automatically do the same thing for another ERP data entry or something like that. Okay, so the data entry job is something very familiar for this UiPath and RPA products. Okay, so this is all about web automation in the UiPath. So likewise, we will. So this is a simple example. So this example, which I have demonstrated, is something very simple example, and we are going to learn this same thing, whatever I have done, right, in this training today, half tomorrow or day after tomorrow as well. We are going to spend some time to develop this entire program from scratch. Okay, this is the whole idea of this session. So coming back to the point, no code platform, UiPath is a no code platform. Venkat said this is complete no code platform. So arts and science students or anyone can learn without any prior coding, prior knowledge, programming knowledge, all these things, right? What is that no code platform? Let's say, for example, if you see in the left hand side, this is as I said, this is a UiPath Studio. This is a development environment for RPA developers. Okay, we have multiple panels available in the UiPath Studio: project panel, activity panel, snippets, variables, all these things, property panel, output, all these things. Okay, so likewise, we have activity panel. If you see, this is the activity panel. This is called a package or activity which are already developed by UiPath. Okay, so you don't need to write any single piece of code in this UiPath Studio. Let's say, for example, you are currently studying, right? You might have a paper C++, Java, Python, something like that. You have to write a code to print some information in your output terminal. Let's say, for example, C++. Okay, you have to write print f open bracket double quotes. You have to write hi. This is something like this. Okay, close the double quotes, close bracket. You have to enter one semicolon, and then you have to execute the process, right? F5 or something like that. But in this UiPath Studio, you can simply use this capsule. Okay, this name is called, I mean, this is called activity. We call it as activity in the UiPath Studio. You can simply drag and drop this activity. You don't need to write any code in this area. Okay, the center place is called a designer panel. Left side, if you see, this is called the activity panel. So within this activity panel, you might have 400 plus activities that are already configured by, that are already developed by UiPath. Okay, you don't need to develop anything in this. You have to just use the right activity into your designer panel and execute the process like whatever I have done for the Flipkart site. So again, I'll refer to the same the printf function, right? So simply you can use this right line activity to print hi, hello, welcome, hi, welcome to RPA training. Okay, that's it. So you can click trigger, and in the right hand side, if you see that information that I have configured right in this right line activity, that it will be available in the output panel. This is called output panel. Okay, and it will take few seconds time, 3 seconds time to execute the process. So this is a no code example. So in the normal standard or normal programming, you have to write print f open bracket all these things. Likewise, if you just imagine with the for loop activity, if activity, or some other syntax as well. Okay, you don't need to memorize. You don't need to like worry about all the syntax of the codings that are already available in the C++, Java or Python or whatever it is. Okay, so it is very simple. Okay, if you want to write some information from CSV document, if you want to read some information from Excel file, you have so many information available in the activity panel. You can simply use drag and drop this activity, just pass the required input, get the output. That's it. That's all about the development of this entire program. Okay, we have some additional mechanism, advanced concepts, features like computer vision, object detections, machine learning, artificial intelligence. All the features are already pre-built, already configured in the UiPath. We can just simply make use of the required activities and the features based on your requirement. let's say for example I want to send some mail information in my folder, I mean for to my corresponding person, something like this. You can simply search mail related activities in this area activity panel. If you see, we have so many activities available in the mail. So likewise you can search PDF. Okay, let me click available. If you see, this is a PDF related activities, export PDF, extract PDF. So all these activities are already developed by UiPath. So you don't like need to write any code to extract data from the document, PDF document. You don't like need to worry about the Excel population kind of things. So it is very simple. It is very easy to understand the product, and it is very easy to develop anything. If you have quite a decent knowledge in the logical part, then it will be like very easy for you to understand the complete product, and you can build a very advanced or complex scenario in the UiPath. So that's all about the activities available in the UiPath Studio. Okay, so now I'm going to start a small development activity that I have already done, okay, for the Flipkart site, right? Okay. Now I'm going to just start with the development activity of the same, the browser launch, navigate to the product site, scraping or extracting some information from website to the Excel file, and closing the browser, and then it will open it how to it should open the next browser for Amazon, something like this. Okay, this is the use case that we have already discussed, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the development activity for the same. Okay, for that you can use new and sequence or flowchart, whatever it is. Let's say for example Amazon, okay, site, something like that. Okay, you can simply create one blank environment for you to develop. Okay, so I can segregate the process into four blocks. Okay, let's say for example, first one is launch or navigation. Okay, first one is a browser launch. Okay, second part is navigation. Okay, third part is something data extraction. Okay, fourth part is something close. Okay, so these are all the four steps that we can that we have to factor in the entire development. Okay, so first we have to configure the browser. Okay, you can use Google Chrome or browser or Safari or some other browser for you to configure. So this is a UiPath, this is a Windows based application, so you can configure any Firefox, Chrome, or any application like this. So for you to launch a browser automatically, so I'm going to use open browser activity. Okay, I'm just going to drag and drop this activity in the property panel. Let me configure. I'm just going with the Chrome. So likewise, you have multiple options. Internet Explorer is already duplicated. Firefox, Edge, custom, we can add multiple things. So let me open the Chrome. You can copy this complete link. Let me copy it manually. This is a one-time development activity. Okay, I have done this. So this activity will help you to just launch a browser from your local folder. If you have Chrome, it will automatically launch the browser. Now we have done. Okay, now what is the first step? Browser launch. We have configured the step number one. Okay, so the next step is navigation. Okay, let me do the same thing. Let's say for example, once it is done, once it is launched, your screen will be looks like this. Okay, empty box, empty text box, which we are going to enter some Redmi or Lenovo or some products in the area. So now I'm going to use this area, type into activity. Okay, in this area, and you have to indicate the element like this. Okay, and you can enter. So I want to search Redmi mobiles. Okay, and that's it. We have configured the type into activity. Type into activity is help you to enter the data in the specific text position. Okay, so it is purely working based on the HTML element, because UiPath will interact with the browser based on the element HTML element, and it will identify as a selector in this area. Okay, now we have configured, and once it is done, you can use send hard key activity to enter the data. So you have to manually, once it is done, read me like this, right? Read me mobiles. You have to manually enter. You have to press the enter key, right, in your keyboard. So likewise, we can use the same thing. Okay, indicate this thing. You can use the same thing. Send hard key with enter. Now it is done. Okay, we have completed this entire thing. Okay, so let me close this and test this flow first. Okay, we have completed first step as well as the second, browser launch and navigation. Okay, so the pending part is data extraction and close. Okay, and Excel data population. So let me close the Excel files. Okay, let me close this file. Okay, trigger the process. Let me test if it is working, then we can continue our development. Okay, so it should, let me trigger this. It should automatically launch a browser from our local machine and navigate to the required site automatically, and it should enter the information readme in the particular site, right? Readme mobiles, done, entered. Okay, if you see, successfully execution ended in 13 seconds. As I said, HHMMYY, right? So this is a 13 seconds time. Now, if you see, we have multiple components available in this area. Now, if you see, we have multiple products list, which is, we have searched actually Redmi, but it is showing Samsung as well. You have to filter Redmi in this area. For that, you have to do further development. You have to use click, okay, activity to configure this. Simply just use this activity to filter the area. Now just imagine we have done this. Okay, now it is showing just readme items alone in this area. Okay, it is completely ready. Okay, now we are going to continue our data extraction part using this data scraping. Okay, you have to click next. You just have to indicate this is my product name. Click next. This is my another product. Just you have to indicate twice. You can say this is my product name. Okay, click next. Okay, if you see, all the items are retrieved. If you want to scrape all the information, you have to change this parameter to 0. Okay, extract correlate information, something I want to extract this rate information. Okay, this information as well. This is rate. Okay, click next. If you see, the right hand side, you will have all the rate information available in this area. Extract correlate information for to get the ratings. Okay, you can select the ratings twice for bot to understand, robot to understand the pattern. Okay, click next, and it is saying 4.2 out of 5 star, 4.2, 3.9, all these things. Okay, it is done. You can click finish. Okay, it will throw one pop-up saying, is data spanning multiple pages? Is your data spanning to multiple pages? Yes, because when I enter Redmi mobiles in the screen, it will have multiple records, right? It will have multiple products. So I have 13 totally. The Amazon, the site has having like 13 pages, okay, with multiple products. So you have to click next to get the multiple records. So you have to click yes, click next here. Okay, we have configured everything. Now it is done. Now what we have done is, we have completed the browser configuration, we have completed the navigation part, we have completed the data extraction part. Now we are going to configure the Excel part. Okay, for that you have to use write range activity in this area to populate this information into an Excel sheet. Okay, let's say for example, this is Amazon data, right? Let's say for example, within double quotes, you have to pass Amazon data. Okay, dot xlsx, you have to pass the extension, you have to pass the sheet name, something like this data, and you have to pass the variable. Okay, what is a variable? Here if you see, This is an activity name called extract structured data. Okay. In this activity output area, if you see one name called extract data table. Okay. In the variable panel also you'll see the same thing, extract data table. The data type is data table. Okay. What does this mean? This is something we have scraped all the information, we have extracted all the information from the site, right? And then it will automatically store all the information into a specific variable. Okay, variable is the only option in UiPath to transfer data from one activity to another activity. That is called variable. If you want to transfer the data from this extract structure data activity to right range activity, what is the purpose to transfer data from one activity to another activity? Because I want to populate the scraped information into an Excel file, right? This is a need, this is my requirement. So you have to store this variable, you have to store this data into a variable and then pass the same variable into the right range activity. Okay, so we have, I mean, UiPath has already created the variable, default variable called extract data table. You can change this variable name by double clicking this area, I mean double clicking this place, saying I want to store extract data table 2. This is something Amazon I want to store, something like this. You can store any variable name in this area. So variable creation is very simple in UiPath as like compared with other programming language. So you have to define the proper variable name in C, C++, Java, the Python programmings, and you have to define the proper data type, proper bit, byte, all these things with proper syntax, all these things, right? But in the UiPath, it is very simple. In the variable panel, you can create multiple variables with the proper data types. In this drop down, if you see, multiple data types are available: string, object, integer, boolean, array. Browse for types, like you can click multiple options available in this area. All these things can be like configurable easily without any too much of knowledge. So currently this table, right, currently we have scraped this complete information as stored in a data table variable. So now we are going to use this right range activity to pass the same variable name. You can simply just enter the first two characters of the variable ex. It will show the corresponding variable name in this area, extract data table Amazon. You can just simply double click and click save, and then you can execute. Currently the file name is called amazon data.xlx, right? In the project panel, if you see, let me refresh. Project panel is help you to open the documents quickly from the local folder. Okay, so currently we don't have any file name with the name called amazon data.xlx. Okay, one Excel file. Okay, after this run, it will create one Excel file and store all the scraped information into the Excel file. And then we can complete the close part and we can bind it. Okay, let me close that and trigger the process. Okay, so now we have completed the first three steps. I have triggered the bot. Now starting. Okay, it is trying to launch. Okay, done. Redmi mobiles entered. Now it is trying to uh, click the Redmi button. Yes, clicked. Filtered automatically, and it should scrape or extract the data from multiple screens. Yes, started. Okay, just loading. It is navigating to multiple screens because we have 13 pages, right? Okay, fourth page, fifth page. So likewise, it will navigate to all the pages, and then it will store all the extracted information into an Excel file using the variable. So it is working, still running. So we don't have float type or something like this. So we have data types in this UiPath. So we have a straight the word, string, integer, decimal, boolean, and data table, something like this. So you can simply use the normal language. They have used the normal language to store all the variables to define the data types in this UiPath Studio. Okay, it is working for all the links, all the websites, I mean pages. It's working, it's navigating. So once it is done, then it will create an Excel file with this extracted information. Okay. Okay, still it is getting into that. It is working. I think it is still okay. It should complete. Let me check. I think it should complete in this time actually. We have to check what is doing. Let me open this code. Let me stop. What is currently doing? This is a selector. For the next link, okay, we have configured something in that area, right? Let me redo the same thing because sometimes, like if it is not detected properly, it will automatically iterated dynamically without our the expected one. Okay, so let me do the same thing quickly. Next 2 minutes, do the same thing. Okay, let me. Okay, let me do the same thing. Have to do the same thing properly without any issue. Okay, you have to select the second record for the bot to identify the data properly. Product name, click next, 0 for all, correlate, rate information, next, the rate information of second product, rate, next, and it is done. Okay, next, rating of second product. Okay, just a sample. Okay, ratings, click next. Yeah, it is done. And open this finish. Yes, my data is spanning to multiple pages. Here is my next button. Click yes. Click this next button properly. Okay, and click save. Use the same the right range activity. Okay, use the same file, Amazon data dot xlsx, some sheet name, sheet 1. Okay, the variable that you have to pass, extract data table. The new variable is created. Earlier we have modified the data table variable name, right? Now the new variable is created automatically and we have configured everything. Let me trigger now, because the element, the capture is something that we need to properly indicate. The next element and the right product name needs to be configured properly. If not, then it will create some problem. It will not complete the execution. It will not end the execution. All these things. It will create some problem. So let me try now. So 1 of 24 of 9 291. Okay, second page it seems. Okay, now it is working. Third page, fourth page. Okay, fifth page, sixth page, seven. Okay, totally 306 results. for Redmi mobiles. Currently it is in 2216. Okay, if you see in the top left, uh, under the electronics name, all these things are actually getting into that. Okay, now it is done. It is trying to populate the same information into an Excel file. Whatever the data has retrieved, I mean extracted, with the product name, rate, and the one more information called ratings. Now once it is done, it will automatically open the UiPath Studio, and then we can open the Excel file. So it will take 4 or 5 seconds to populate the same information. Now it is done without any issue. If you see, totally 1 minute 23 seconds hardly. Go to the property project panel, refresh. If you see, one new file has created with the date of today, 21/9/1841. Let me open this file. Okay, simply, yes, all the information was captured and extracted from all the 13 pages information, 13 page information. Okay, so product name, if you see, this is the product name. Renewed should meet tennis, something like this. The last product, if you see, we have a product name called renewed Redmi Note 11, something like this. And in the bottom, and it will be like this. And product rate, if you have the same pattern of the data, it will extract the information, and the final rating will be like extracted with the basic information. So likewise, if you see, this is currently in the 13th page. Okay, from first page to 13th page, it has navigated automatically and extracted the data from the page number 1 to 13 dynamically. So totally, we have captured all the information from Amazon site with the product name called Redmi. So that's all about the development of this site. Very minimal development. If you see, hardly 4 or 5 steps. Okay, with the proper activities configuration. Nothing much. There is no logic or no programming language required for this kind of development. I simply used these activities, open browser activity, type into activity, and all the other things to automate this entire portal. And it has executed the process from the launching the browser, navigating to the product screen, scraping or extracting the information from multiple screens to an Excel file, and then it will end the execution in 1.5 minutes time. So that's all about this entire development. So likewise, we can do the same thing for Flipkart as well. Once it is done, then you can sequentially connect the process with the Flipkart. You can create one more process, a new process with the Flipkart, and you can automate. And once it is done, you can integrate. First one is something I want to execute Amazon. Second one is something like I want to execute Flipkart. Third one is something else. Likewise, you can configure sequentially or parallelly. Parallelly, web automation is not possible in a dedicated machine, in a single machine. Sequentially, if you want to run, then you can integrate the workflow one by one in the main file, and then you can execute the process accordingly. So that's all about the overall development and the activities integration and variables in this UiPath. Okay. So if you have any questions related to this development or anything related to UiPath, let me try to answer for next 5 minutes, and then we'll wind up this session. Let me read some chats. Any limit or range for what? For if you want to limit something like I want to limit 20 records is enough. I want to limit at 50 records, top 50 records, something like that. Yes, in this extract structured data, if you see, we have some limitation, max number of results, zero, right? Zero for all. But if you want to restrict some information, then you can say 50. You can just simply edit this 50 or 500, something like that. You can simply change this information and restrict the record in your data. But after this, you can use some filter option in the same UiPath to to filter the low cost information based on your ratings. So any other questions, guys? I'm just reading your chats. How many files can create on console? Files, you can create a number of files. You can create a number of files in this entire execution. So here I have tried to create one file for Amazon. Within the same file, you can create another data for from Flipkart with a different sheet. So, but there is no limit for file creation. You can create a number of files. So, any other questions? Any other doubts about the development, about the integration, or any other uh, questions in terms of logical thinking? I mean, logical questions or something like that. Okay. So, if you want to understand the concepts better, you can reach out us through this mail ID. Let me open. Yeah, I think we have some mail ID and phone numbers. Yeah, so you can reach out us through to this number, Venkat or Madhu.